Okay, welcome back. Last time we started up Chapter 4, Fire in the Sky, and arrived in China, in the Kunlun Mountains. And basically the Panda King set off some fireworks, buried a village in snow, and we got the first 3 keys. We also now can go invisible and we can now walk while going invisible, and we can no longer die from falling into pits. So basically, this is the most lenient I've ever seen a platformer be, because I no longer, get punished for being bad at platforming. But anyway, let's go into the first level we're going to be doing today, the Unseen Foe. Okay, so, there are 30 clue bottles in this stage. Make that 28. Also, I may or may not have managed to get, quite lost looking for the final ones last time.
Looks like a good place to try out your new invisibility move. Hold down the circle button
Well,
to drop out
let's
of sight.
give it a try.
Nothing can see you. Not lasers, not searchlights, not guards. Oh, and if the guards already see you, then the invisibility trick won't work on them.
Fair, that makes sense. But otherwise, it's like, yeah. So the stealth has been made pretty easy, if a bit slow. The platforming has been made easy for me. We are pretty much in a situation where we are basically in the clear for everything that isn't me making a massive mistake and just running into enemies. And also, I'm so glad I turned the camera far enough around to pick up on that little safe, because otherwise I would have probably ended up coming through this entire stage again, trying to find it. I know me, and I'll probably end up doing that anyway. But hey, we managed it for a bit. We were competent at stealth for even just a tiny amount of time. Okay, that is a moving laser grid. And quite a substantial one at that. Okay, I'll be platforming across there later, so this should be okay. So we have searchlights and lasers coming for us here. Okay, so as long as I throw the ability on at the right time, I'm pretty much golden. So it's pretty much just, move at normal pace, and then when you're about to get hit by one, away you go. Of course, while also maintaining the posture correctly to, collect all the coins, because, free money. I mean, we aren't really doing all our thieving in this game for the money, but the money is kinda nice, No, you just messed that up. Fortunately, the game will, not punish me for it anymore. But I do need... Okay, I don't think that's how I was supposed to do that, but you know what? I'll take it. I am fairly certain that that isn't how the game would have wanted me to do that. I'm sure it probably would have wanted me to, go along here. But hey, I'm not going to complain. That was my bad. I genuinely thought I could have made that jump, and in hindsight, maybe not my smartest decision. So, while I'm just kind of running through this level, well, I might as well just ramble on about, other stuff I've been doing. So, well, I've been watching anime. I finally got back around to watching anime. I finished the 3rd season of Demon Slayer. As always, it is very well animated, because Ufotable are really good at animating stuff. And that also means I'm now past the manga. Sorry, the anime is now past where I was up to in the manga. But, yeah, I should probably get back on that. To be totally honest, I've been kind of, slacking on my collecting of manga for way too long. Pandemic happened and I kind of just, put all of that on pause. And I haven't really kind of gotten fully back into collecting it yet. Since. So, that's maybe not my best choice. But yeah, so I finished Swordsmith Village arc, and I have a couple of episodes of Dr. Stone left. And then I have all my new stuff to watch for this season. Will any of it be good? I'm sure some of it will be. I, haven't started it yet. But I'll probably mention those again in a future video and be like, hey, these were pretty good, or hey, I watched a couple of episodes of this and it's maybe not for me, but I tend to just not. But I also just don't drop shows, really, so even if I don't like something, I'll just force myself to sit through it. That, or I'll just put it on the... Either that, or I'll give it the fate worse than dropped, the on hold list. I feel like the on hold list, or the plan to watch list, is worse than getting dropped. Because dropped is just like, this was bad enough that I don't want to continue watching it. On hold, or plan to watch is, I'll get around to it eventually, and I know me, eventually could be a very long time. I still have a sealed copy of Assassin's Creed 3 that I've been telling myself I might get around to playing eventually. So, for reference, Assassin's Creed 3 was, I think, like 9 or 10 years ago at this point. I should have displayed any form of patience there. Also, I'll be honest, I went through the entire list for anime this season, just be like, hey, what's on? Like, what's on? What am I going to watch? And I'll be totally honest, now that I'm rambling about it, I don't actually remember anything that's on this season. But hey, I'm sure it'll still be good stuff for the I'm sure that there'll be some good stuff, some bad stuff. I'm sure there'll be no shortage of the garbage isekai for the season. Because, let's be real, it's an anime season in 2023. Of course we'll get some garbage isekai shows. It's just par for the course now. Like, it feels like a requirement. It's just not an anime season without some garbage isekai anime. Actually, I think Mushoku Tensei is also back on. I've heard it's really good. I'll be honest, I never got around to watching the first season. Okay, you know what? It is time to, walk through what would be an otherwise deadly laser grid. This may take a little while, so, sorry on that. Okay, I can make the jump from here. Perfect. But yeah, I know, I guess I might give just kind of gradual updates on what I watch, so, because also that'd give me more motivation to, keep, like, up to date on stuff, because I do have a really bad habit of, like, watching 2 or 3 episodes of something, and then I'll leave it for a couple of months, and then it's like, okay, now I'll just watch all of it now that it's done, and, like, it's maybe not the best for me. Okay, we only have 1 bottle left here, though. But yeah, I will see if I remember. I'll add a little. Like, if I remember stuff, I will find a little thing and just be like, hey, this is what I'm watching and everything. There's 1 clue bottle left, and there it is. Perfect. Nice. We don't have to double back at all here. 8, 5, 1. I can't just get 1. I can't just get 1. 7, 6. There we go. For 67%. Nice. So I guess we're 2/3 done officially now. So that's good.
You found the blueprints for the Panda King's lair. I'll upload the data straight into your binocucom.
So like, yeah, been catching up on Dr. Stone. It's pretty good. Finished watching Swordsmith Village Arc of Demon Slayer. It was really well animated. Narratively, it's still not my favorite show in the world. That was really bad, but you know what? That was you know what? I'm just gonna leave that. I'm not doubling back for that. Forget it. That's how we did that. Like, that's meant to be, like, a really cool jumping through all the laser grid bit. Nah, I'm just messing that up. It's fine. Okay. Is Panda King gonna say anything? apparently not. So let's drop down here, and maybe he'll... Well, we'll probably get some more dialogue as I go through here in just a second.
I've calculated the trajectory of these rockets, and I'm 99% sure you'll be able to ride them all the way to the top of that statue before they explode.
What about that other 1%?
Well, in that case, Sly, you will be blown to bits. But the experience will no doubt be spectacular.
Nice.
Now, to unlock these rockets, you're going to need all 7 of the Panda King's treasure keys.
Right on. I'll steal them in no time.
Okay, so we have 3 keys left to get. Now, I remember which stage I want to do last, but I want to say it's that one up there is the one I want to do last. And I think this one's the race, so I'm just going to do this one first. Because I'll be honest, I don't like the races. Like, race missions are never fun. I'm just... Look, if I want to play a racing game, I'd play a racing game, you know? And... Thwack! Got him. Okay, a desperate race. Perfect.
Hurry, what are you doing down there?
Well, I'm minding my post when I notice this snow cone stand, and I think to myself, hey Murray, you gotta keep your energy up. So I hurry over here, and then all of a sudden, monkeys are everywhere, bugging me to race them 3 times around this track for a key.
You could use the key. Think you could take them?
Come on, Sly, they're a pack of monkeys. How can I lose?
All right, remember, steer with the left stick and press square to use any nitro boosts you collect. Keep clear of those icy patches.
Okay, so this is the second
Fine,
race.
Sly, but trust me, I got this under control.
So yeah, this is the second race, and it is harder than the first. Obviously. But hopefully we can get through this without too much hassle. But yeah, aside from watching anime, also been looking at playing some other games. Like I looked at what was free with PS Plus this month, because I still have that for a couple more months. And it's like Endling, Extinction is Forever looks kind of interesting. Alan Wake Remastered, I'm sure it's probably really good. Because I remember hearing people say very good things about Alan Wake 1, and I know that 2 is coming out in October, I think. And then there was also, which one was it? I think it was Black Ops Cold War. And it's like, you know, I haven't played Call of Duty for a while. Wouldn't mind playing that. Looked at the install size, and it's like, I don't want to be the person who's just like Western game dev bad, but like, 178 gigabytes is ridiculous. Like, I get that it's like, okay, the campaign, the multiplayer, and the zombies modes, like, if you don't want them, you can uninstall them. But also, it's just like, I don't want the Battle Royale mode. And I can't get rid of that. Because apparently that seems like it's the base game. So, that's maybe a little on the inconvenient side. Oh. You know what? We're gonna win this first try, though, and that is very convenient. I love it when I get the missions I have no confidence in my ability to win done first try. Fantastic. Let's go get that key and some ice cream. Because let's be real, on this occasion, he earned it. Fantastic. So yeah, might play that, might just like run through the campaign real quick, because I imagine it probably won't be that long. And also, you know, it's a campaign, it won't be super long. And probably won't be that difficult until I play it on like the highest difficulty. But hey, it can't be worse than... Okay, Duel by the Dragon is one I want to do last. So basically, no. Okay, for a second I thought I was going to land in the water there, and even then that wouldn't have made a problem, so I don't know what I was worried about. But yeah, I remember doing Black Ops 3, and, like, I remember doing that on realistic mode, and yeah, as it turns out, I made a very stupid error with that, because I didn't know that, like, on your, like, custom loadout thing, there is basically a thing that, like, basically puts you into last stand so you can get yourself back up once or twice. It's like, oh, I really should have noted that, because that would have been very handy to, you know, have knowledge of. Also, this is another one of the stages that, like, this is just a second one of these, like, little gun boat bike thing stages. We saw one back in the swamp, and, well, it hopefully won't be any harder. I mean, so far we're getting through without too much hassle. Okay, we do have some conveyor belts to work around. These could be maybe a little annoying. You know, Panda King is rather well spoken there. He's like, look, yeah, there's a thief intruder, kill them on sight, thanks, that's all. Okay, perfect. And honestly, we might end up with the golden horseshoe for this, which would be very handy to have, to be totally honest. I say that and nearly get hit immediately. I mean, if nothing else, that is kind of on brand. But yeah, like, I don't know, I kind of just look at the PS Plus games every month and just like, yeah, I'll install, like, I'll buy, like, I'll have these, like, registered just in case I ever want to play them. It's like, I just have dozens of games now that I'm probably never gonna play. But hey, I'm sure most of them are probably, like, actually pretty okay. Okay, we got a nice checkpoint. And let's just break all of this real quick. Just break everything to get maximum coins. But yeah, like, I'm sure that, like, if I play Alan Wake or Cold War, I'll probably enjoy it, but yeah. Like, my main thing when looking at the one for Call of Duty, though, was just like, I decided, okay, I'll run the numbers, and it's like, in the same install size, I could have most of the Yakuza games, and those games are great. I know, Yakuza Good isn't really a controversial take, but yeah, those games are great. If you haven't played them, I would give them a very strong recommendation. Also, I'm gonna break all of these just for coins. Might take a little while, but hey, probably worth it in the end. And because who knows when I might need them. Okay, so let's just keep going here. That one's actually just a solid bit of snow. Oh, and isn't breakable. Interesting. That's a, like, genuinely, that is an interesting little thing that for me. I guess that might have been weird that there was one in the first two little sections and not in the third. But whatever, let's go. And I imagine we're probably, like, I don't know, halfway, 2/3 of the way through this now. Okay, we can also break these icicles, that's kind of cool. Also, love having to break icicles. It reminds me of a terrible, terrible boss fight I had to do once. I don't know why that specific, like, I know partially why, but, like, I don't know why that reminded me of a terrible boss in Devil May Cry 2, but, yeah, yeah, at some point I might do those games. At some point I probably will. I might. I'm not gonna quote myself on this. I'm not gonna quote myself on this saying I will do 2, because man, DMC2 was bad. But at some point I do intend on doing all those games. I might need to, like, practice them a bit in advance though, especially if I decide to do the PS2 versions. Because I remember the PS2 versions of 1 and 3 being really hard. And then playing the HD collections, and it's like, oh, this is so much easier. Well, we got hit, but, well, we got it just in time to make it so as if we basically spent 100 coins for nothing. Also, I don't know why I suddenly decided to abandon the strategy that I'd gone for so far of, like, get rid of these guys, and then just go and destroy them. But hey, the key is right there, so we can finish this off right away here. So, Anything else here? No? Fantastic. Let's go. Okay. So now we just break this. Can I... Oh, this might take a little while, but... Oh well, we just need to shoot away, and then we'll get the key, and we can be out of here. Okay. Perfect. Fantastic. That is key number 6. So that is 6 keys acquired out of the 7 that we need. And I am actually going to make this a shorter episode, I think. Going to make this a slightly shorter episode. And next time... Well, first I'm going to get rid of this guy. And next time we'll be doing Duel by the Dragon. And then fighting the Panda King and finishing off this chapter. So, as always, feel free to leave a comment, click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I will hopefully see you all in the next one where we'll be finishing off Chapter 4. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.